get into it. This is another section that will be located in our D seminar section, located on our website. That is www.primetimehomebuyer.thebuyback.org, where you can access your educational program to learn how to invest in liens and tax deeds. So, Primetime Home Buyers Deed Reconveyance Seminar. Deed of Reconveyance. What is a deed of reconveyance? When to use one? What if no reconveyance have been filed? So we're talking about certain documents you need to know when you're doing your initial title search or pre-title search, when you're starting your investment process, doing your due diligence, what you're supposed to do before you invest in the tax lien or tax deed. And I do want to say I do apologize to the Facebook and Instagram group for some apparent reason. StreamYard um, time frame is off, but it's maybe because of my VPN. So it did state we were going to be on a little bit later, but next time I'll make sure that I have my VPN off when I schedule our lives. What is the deed of reconveyance? As a tax lien investor, when doing research for your investment, you may come across many different types of deeds. The deed of reconveyance is a document that transfers the title of the property from the lender to the borrower when the mortgage is completed or completely paid off. Okay, so this may be a document that you see after a loan document within your title search. When you go into the land records and you look, you're going to see deed documents. You're going to look into that. You're going to look at description, names, um, parcel. You know, when you're going into consecutiveness, this is when you're going to look for transfer time from person to person, making sure that it's in sequence, as well as you're going to be looking for the transfer documents. So, and if the loan or the mortgage is paid off, then you know that that loan and mortgage company may not have interest in this property and you may not have to contact them. And I say may because you always want to double check any party that has recorded interest on the record. If it's not satisfied and you don't know, or if it is satisfied and you see this deed of reconveyance, you still want to check. Okay, so this document can be used to help in the process of clearing the title. So before the homeowner can transfer it, you want to see the deed of reconveyance because you know at least they have the legal right based on this document to transfer the property. And that's why you know the difference between a quit claim deed and a warranty deed. This document, when you see it, it may accompany a warranty deed because this person has went through the legal filings and the right to get the property transferred to them after they satisfy the debt. So, how does a deed of reconveyance work? When a mortgage is taken out by a borrower, a document is created known as a deed of trust. So, basically, it's like a lien document, it's a contract. This deed of trust highlights the borrower and its beneficiary and the lender and the possession of a trustor. This trustor is the title holder, which is usually held in escrow in the company name or the bank. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind. All right. When the debt is paid off on the mortgage, the record then must be fully reflect a reconveyance of deed of trust. You can find these documents in the local land records, which holds the deeds, or you can locate it at the land registry office. So we gave you two locations, the land records or the land registry office. These are two of the entities that you will use all the time across any state or county. They have to have this so you can find the documents you need. Okay? Land records, um, Clayton County, land records, Gwinnett County, land records, Essex County, land records, Harvest County, land records, um, Middlesex County. You see what I'm saying? So every place has these entities. When the debt is paid off, two documents are created, which is a substitution of trustee because you're switching now because now the bank does not hold trust within your um, property. And as we talked about, we have two levels of subrogation in America when you're dealing with home loans. There's two levels of subrogation. Is one, if you're going through the loan process, you're subrogated to the lender, and then you're subrogated to tax. But if you buy properties out without a loan and a lender, you're subjugated on one level. But we still subjugated. When a debt is paid off, two documents are created, which is a substitution for the trustee, and it is full reconveyance, meaning it's being conveyed to the next person. At this time, it will identify the person who the property is being conveyed to. The deed of full reconveyance is also known as a mortgage that is satisfied. Once the deed is reconveyance is completed, the borrower is now the owner of the property, and the mortgage is free from the title. Okay, and that's when the mortgage is removed, but it's still going to be in a record. You're going to see it, which indicate the lien is removed. So that'll tell you you really don't have to put them on notification. But you, if you see anything else where they have continued and you don't see this full um this this reconveyance document, and you see a loan document like what we showed you last week, the loan, and I have the amount, the names, the grantor, beneficiary, name of the description of the property, length for the mortgage. Okay, and if you don't see this document, the mortgage may be still outstanding. Within the court documents, a motion is or are submitted to have the procedures completed. These procedures completions leads to the action of a deed release. Okay, and that's the second document you want to see. You want to see the deed of reconveyance that's saying, hey, we're transferring this property over to you because the loan has been satisfied. This is the proof, yada yada. Second document is the deed release. The document and the deed of reconveyance works together in harmonious unity to remove the lender or the previous claim holder from the property. So you don't want to, if you don't have both, you need to seek the deed release. If you just see um, the deed of reconveyance and you don't see the deed release, then you have to contact the lender and ask them what is the current state of this actual mortgage, and if it's completed, this is my position. I need the deed release, and if it's not, this is my position. I got seniority over you. And when I'm ready to foreclose, you got to pay me. No, you don't say it like that. But you know our position. You'll have to talk to them in a manner and say, hey, I am, I have interest in this property, da da da. And that's when the time when you move forward with the foreclosure process. You don't have to tell them that as soon as you get it, if it's not time for you to move forward. Okay. Deed of reconveyance in the tax lien investor. While doing your initial research for the property of interest, it is important to review the deed. That can be located at the land records office within the county. While reviewing those documents, if you notice that there's a mortgage attached to the deed, please be sure to look for the deed of reconveyance. The deed of reconveyance should be recorded within the land record and or the registry office. These are the two entities you want to keep in mind when you're doing your initial research. If the deed of reconveyance is nowhere to be found, this may indicate that the house and property still carries a lien. And this is how you find that the property may still have a lien. So when people ask, how do you find a lien? How do you find a lien? What is a lien? This is just reviewing a document and you like, hey, it may still be a lien. So a lien, you will be able to how can I say identify things just by the structure or missing documents. Because it's not going to tell you there is a lien on here. This mortgage is a lien. No, when you see the mortgage paper, you know it's a lien. If you see the deed reconveyance and then you see the transfer document, you know that that lien is released. Deed of Reconveyance and the Lien Investor. In the case where you cannot locate the deed of reconveyance, it is very important to contact the lender to check the status of the particular property. If the lender has not filed the document in a timely manner, they may be subjected to penalties and fine according to the state law. So this is why most documents should be up to date, because these lenders know they will get in trouble. And you can initiate those process, especially if it's slowing you down from getting this property, or you transferring this property, or you seeking your interest in this property. Keep in mind, if you are dealing with a title company in any capacity, they will be able to register the deed of reconveyance if the debt is actually paid. So see the state for particular information. You get a get a title company, or start to communicate with title companies that can help you through this process. Okay, we want you to have your resources. Okay, you got to use your resources, and that means build a team, build some connects, join the buyback team, even if it's just a membership, and y'all start to communicate across state lines, across international lines, so you can be able to diversify your portfolio by acquiring a land across, or parcels, lands, house, whatever you want, across state lines within the United States. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot from this live. We just wanted to reshare this information with you guys. We will be contacting our streaming company um, about this being actually blurry, but our recordings are A1 inside of our program and up to date. And you have all access to the PowerPoints and much more, and also access to me. So if you have any question, feel free to consult with us via the website www.primetimehomebuyersthebuyback.org on our consultation page. Please also be aware that we do a monthly seminar for free, one Saturday a month, and anyone can register. You go on to our consultant page, sign up, and we will give you about 2 to 3 hours breakdown of how to get started, some resources, how to think, move forward in the tax lien process. And that is for the people who understand the process and may want to get a little more, information about prime time, and also people who just don't know about the process. So we have a lot to offer you. We have a lot to share. I want to say thank you for being part of the buyback team, taking your time to learn and grow, and actually try to restructure our society by you investing in one property at a time.